Hello, Leo Seeker. All seekers who are watching, welcome back to the Existential Shift. If you're new, my name is Morgane, and I'm very happy to have you. Happy November, happy Halloween, and Scorpio season. I feel very, very comfortable in Scorpio season. I do. Let's start with a focal point from the animal spirit before we move on to the tarot. For Leos, message for Leo, please, for November from the animal spirit. A lamb. Kind of fell out in the reverse, though. Okay. Let's let it come to me. But there's a little bit of the end of naivety. Like, I hate to say this, but almost like something is broken inside of you when it comes to just that. Being sometimes naive. Now, here's the thing about being naive. It's a beautiful thing. It's a sweet thing that can get us somewhat injured in this life for all the obvious reasons. It's a sad aspect of our existence, yet inevitable. And I feel like some of you guys might feel that. Maybe you feel like you've been taken advantage of. Your innocence, your trust, your good faith. The only thing that can be tainted ever is purity. So I guess it's suitable for Scorpio season. Because where we feel as if we are allegedly tainted, darkened, that's our road sign to where our purity is. You can find the way to your own light through your own darkness. I'm working with the Universal Golden Tarot today for you guys. Very royal, very suitable. Please show me guidance for my Leo seekers who are watching, please. The Hermit. Okay. Show me more, please. Show me more for Leo. For November. The Lovers. Okay, you guys, some of you out there are being very introspective when it comes to a choice that you need to make, that you feel is very meaningful and important, that will determine a lot for your life. And you're right, the Lover's card is not a minor choice. It's a choice of a path that requires to do some clearance for, making room for. 5 of Wands. That might require some sort of struggle or conflict to make room for. I feel like some of you guys are being quiet about it, not necessarily communicating to your environment about it, because you're worried once you'll express or talk or say what it is that you're going through or what it is that you're considering to do, then people will have something to say about that, and then they might kind of, stir you away from it. And you kind of want to be above it and make the right choice for yourself and not be confused by other people's opinions. King of Wands. And I think you're right. I think you know what's best for you. Leo. And I think once you put the yattering voices behind you and listen to your own inner compass and passion and what it is that you truly, genuinely want, everything will be very, very clear. I still don't see you making an action, at least not in the beginning of November, but it's like you're taking the time to evaluate, to make the decision, then clearing certain things out that require you to do, that are required to be cleaned out in order to make room for whatever decision you're about to make or action you're about to take. And then I'm seeing you like this, just like sitting and waiting for the right time. And I just can't ignore how this King of Wands here is looking at this lamb. Like, there is something specific or someone specific, Leo, that you have in mind. Maybe you're not certain about their true colors. Maybe you're not certain if they're a lamb or a wolf in a sheep clothing. What's wrong with wolves? Huh? Show me more, please, for Leo for November. Four of Pentacles. So whatever this is, you're worried of the price that it will take to make that call or do the thing. Take the leap. It scares you. You're scared of losing something. But instead of counting the losses, you ought to be counting the gains, Leo. For every gain, there has to be a loss. The more of the loss, the more of the gain. It's inevitable, okay? It's physics. The question is the loss is actually a loss? Or is it something that your ego just wants to maintain control over and have the sense of have? Pick your battles at this time, Leo. You need your energy for whatever it is you're about to do, because the less energy you have, the more inclined you are to listen to your fears. Okay? Three of Swords, Three of Wands. Lovely combination. Interesting. Sometimes I feel like the cards are making fun of me. Like, just for the humor. Apple juice, in case you're wondering. Three of Swords, Three of Wands. Someone might be taking a new path, a new road, have new horizons, and there's someone that doesn't like that or feel a little bit left behind or being passed on in some way. This could be part of this whole choice thing that you have going on, or needing to release certain things in order to make room for the path that you want to take that might include certain people. I don't think you have an issue with the alleged letting go of whatever or whoever this is. I think it's more about you wanting to feel like you still have it all, you know, eating the cake and having it too. So you should ask yourself, like, am I really bothered with this loss? Does it really hurt here, or does it hurt, you know, my sense of control? I don't know. And some of you are flat out aware of the fact that you're not bothered with whatever this is that you're leaving behind, but the other person might be bothered. Now keep in mind, these are general readings, so it can go vice versa. Find yourself within this narrative, Leo. Someone has a lot to look forward to. The Emperor and the Eight of Swords. There's a lot of freedom / restraint dynamic here. Freedom, restraints. Freedom, restraints. It's almost like you want to free yourself towards something, but you also maintain yourself in restraint into something else that kind of holds you back from that thing you want to free yourself towards. But you're doing it to yourself because you have total control over this. There's a very strong Aries energy here, by the way. I'm going to say it. There's someone here that won't let go of an individual romantically, I feel like, not because they care about them, but because they enjoy controlling them. Or the sense of power that they have over them or that they've had over them. But I don't see love here. So if this is you, you know, sit with yourself and be honest. Why do you insist on holding on to this person? Why won't you let yourself go? Why won't you let them go? Do you truly love them? If it comes from a place of love, just go all in. But if not, if it's just you being used to having dominance over this individual for whatever reason, what does it say about you if you insist on staying there just for that? And if someone is doing this to you, Leo, what does it say about them? Same question. What does it make you think of them now? If you really think about it, does it make you want to stay under their influence? Because I do see someone a little bit taking advantage of their power and influence over someone to keep them around. You don't miss me, you just miss dismissing me. Ouch. Are you saying that to someone, or is someone saying that to you, Leo? The Eight of Swords here is the slammy. That someone really enjoys having them under their influence. If I'm speaking to the Lammy here, break out of the chains. There's a choice to be made, either to remain in a heartache or to move on to different horizons. Some of you who are in the Lamb position, this is, this is kind of, it's rooted in a parental issue from childhood. So keep that in mind. Also for the other figure that wants to maintain someone in their grasp, they also have a thing with their father figure that is about, showing power and control. It doesn't have to be violent at all, by the way. I'm actually not saying violence here. It's just a dynamic, right? Power dynamics. It exists in every relationship. But with this figure, I'm getting that they were imbued with a competitive sense of needing to prove yourself, to always be top dog, to always, be in control of the environment of the environment of the narrative, and that's probably a part of it. Sorry for my neighbors. It's okay. Show me more, please, for Leo. What is going on here for November? Thank you. King of Pentacles. So this is the second king now. King of Wands and now the King of Pentacles. Yeah, there's a thing with control here. I'm telling you. Like a boss. Like a top dog. Who is this King of Pentacles? Okay. Two of Cups and the World. So for you feminine energies that are watching, I feel like this King of Pentacles might be a more, a softer energy that is more protective than it is controlling. You understand the difference? There's being there for you and trying to help your narrative as opposed to controlling your narrative, right? So once you close up a cycle with the energy that just has a thing with having you around for some reason, right? It will open up to something very, very sweet and loving. Leo, this could be like you're the new person coming around and being this sweet and loving energy, aka King of Pentacles, that is there for this feminine energy, right? You can be any of the people involved here. And another thing is coming up on the same story. For those of you if who are watching who are on the or the person who feels like they have to maintain control over someone or something and not let go of them, this doesn't have to be malicious. This could just be, I don't know if I can be without them. Like not wanting to be with them, but also not wanting to be without them. Like this weird thing. It's like you need to think the effect that it does on the other person, right? Especially if they have feelings for you. You have to take that under account. So for you, if you were to make some sort of peace within yourself and with what it is that was embedded in you from your parents perhaps, or from other figures, who knows, that has to do with having to always control the scenario, the narrative, if you can work on that, that might open up a wonderful new cycle, maybe with the same person, but it will free you to have a different dynamic with them that is more eye level and reciprocative and loving and healthy. But either way, this World and Two of Cups here, I really enjoy. I really like seeing this. This is freedom. This is complete freedom from this whole power dynamic for everyone involved, and love grows from that. I think, interestingly enough, this could actually happen in Scorpio season. Even though everybody says, oh, Mercury is retrograding in Scorpio, so not a good time to start something new. Well, maybe it's not something new. Maybe it's with someone that you've been involved with, and then that's something different. But if it's something new, I don't know, for the sake of this reading, if you resonate with this, I think it could actually be something very, very meaningful coming in. Because Scorpio is very much the sign of power dynamics, right? This is a dynamic that is very scorpionic, what I just described. And so maybe this whole retrograding in Scorpio, there's something about it that helps kind of understand Mercury, right? Understand this dynamic that you're involved in and transmute it to something different. Like instead of control, maybe passion. Instead of fear, maybe I don't know, kind of using the fear to understand where it's coming from and what it is why you're doing what you're doing, whatever this is that I'm talking about. Please comment and let me know. And that helps relieve yourself from it. I feel like I'm just repeating myself, but it helps relieve yourself from that fear just by understanding it, right? Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, oh my God, it's very much so understanding our deep fears and triggers and, dark sides. And why it is that, why we do the things we do, the way we do them. And from awareness, from there can come something very freeing and beautiful and loving. Right? When you take that same intense energy and transmute it from control to passion again, or to love. Anything else I can tell my Leos for the month of November, please? Strength. A lot of fire on the table. Okay. I want to take out another animal spirit to conclude this with the strength card. Another animal spirit for Leo, please. Wow, spider. Here, take a look. Okay. For some of you, there's a specific narrative of someone coming into a dynamic, breaking that dynamic of control, of power control, and freeing one of the participants, and they start off with this very loving new connection. Now, for the individual that is seemingly being left behind, they've had a web around this person that is now going off to a new connection. They have some power over them. Again, this doesn't have to be like sci-fi crazy stuff, like there's always that person that has that power over you, right? That you have like a soft spot for. It's one of those things, right? So this person has strong influence over them. Maybe they've met them like when they were either a teacher or influential boss or something like that. So it started with admiration and moved to romance, and also this person is really, really good with, with, I don't want to say mind games, but kind of also, again, I actually don't see ill intent. I don't think there's evil here. I think it's just, us and our issues from childhood and what it creates within us, It's like, but still, the dynamic is what it is. And it will take a lot of inner strength to not succumb to it again, to not go back to it. And this is probably going to be part of the push and pull of Scorpio season. Like some of you will be really like drawn back into a dynamic that is like this. Again, only if you resonate with this. Watch your other placements if you don't. You don't have to take this. It doesn't have to be your story. But if it is, I'm getting that you're going to have to really hold your ground, right? And hold your dignity and hold your honor, and you won't be serving the person that has this influence over you as well, because if you enable this behavior within them, and that just works for them, then they will never be free within themselves to be in an actual loving connection. They'll always feel like the only way to be loved and to love is if they have some sort of ruling over the other in some way or another. So you could be the one teaching them that it doesn't work and releasing them to have something truly loving, right? I'm going to continue this in the link below. I will do the love extended on Vimeo, where we see into you and your person, okay, for the month of November, but in accuracy, like where you are, where they are, where the connection is. Just dive deeper into it. And if you currently don't have a person, so this could be the person coming in or coming back or whatever, we'll see what happens. To Virgos that I did the other day, I did a different extended. I did like a general extended. So if you guys want to let me know in the comments on Vimeo which one you like better, if you like the general, like the one I did for Virgo, or if you like the love extended, like I did, like I'm going to do now, and like I've done in the past couple of months. You know, you get. I wanna hear you guys out. I want to hear your vote. Okay, let me know. So cool. Thank you guys. In the description box, not only you'll find this extended that I'll do right now, you will also find a way to book a private reading with me in 2019 Ministers of Magic. And best of all, my Tarot Masterclass Bunkai, the secret applications of tarot reading and all the cards. I created a big online archive for tarot. So it's like my haute couture. I'm really proud. I'm really proud of it. So check it out if you want to learn how to be a tarotchi, a professional tarot reader. You can already be a professional tarot reader and just have my extra teachings. You know, it's for beginners and professionals alike. And honestly, it's a life path tarot, so you don't have to want to become a tarot reader. It's being an existential shifter, honestly. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Love you guys. Happy Halloween, and I will see you in December, if not in the extended. Love you anyway. Bye.